Welcome back to Blog Access 101. I'm your host, Young Abachi. Remember, subscribe to YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify by searching Blog Access 101. If you YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This is episode 260. I'm here today with my co-hosts Bobby, Jeremy, and Rod. What up, y'all?
What
What
up?
up?
What up? What up? What up?
Not much. All right, we jump right into it. WNBA season openers. Definitely great games, jam-packed games. Aces playing the Liberty, which I feel like is a preview for the WNBA finals for this season. Um,
Mm, that's a bold take.
I stand on it. Joe Lloyd struggled in the first half, but she played a whole lot better in the second half. Asia Wilson was definitely balling out. Shout out to the homie Tasha Quell, Cardinal Herald alumni. Um, Definitely to add in her with the New York Liberty, I feel like gives them even more of a push to go back to back. You swap out Vandersloot and you bring in a younger Natasha Cloud, great defender, as well as I'd say just as good as passive Vandersloot, if not better. Definitely a better scorer than Vandersloot. Um, as we know that the Aces were a little bit some of their players were injured, as well as we saw with the Minnesota game against Dallas. I like Dallas team as well. Young Enrique was definitely a bucket. I like the new addition of Dejanay Carrington. Definitely a solid defender and scorer. Paige played well. She showed like she belonged out there. You know, a lot of times you see like these rookie players come in first game and be jitters. I didn't really see too much jitters coming from her. For the Minnesota Lakes, I feel like them losing Hines Allen for her being on Dallas now. I feel like that's going to hurt them the deep playoff run. You lose a solid big like that to come off the bench.
Man, you got
Uh,
Nefess. You got Nefessa. I always
no,
mess.
I mean no, Navisa. I mean you got fees, but if she start, I'm talking about like you need some bench people coming off. You lose a because she was like
Well,
Hines Allen was cooking him when she came off the
but
bench
that's the
in
thing.
that
You
game.
can say with the Aces too, because they top heavy now too. They super top heavy.
I
Because now,
feel like they can survive because you can run that four guard set. Reminds me of the Villanova team. Run that four guard set, except they actually have a solid big. Unlike when Villanova had like ever had like a real solid big with Asia Wilson.
but
Um,
you don't have no Kelsey Plum coming off the bench.
True, but I feel like you get Joy Lloyd. That's a greater addition than Kelsey Plum. Shout out to Kelsey Plum put up
No,
37
I
her
agree with
first game.
that. Hey, Kelsey Plum put up buckets in her
Yeah,
debut.
she
He,
definitely. I definitely probably should have took her in fantasy because 37 straight bucket. Unfortunately, I feel like did I put the Sparks? I can't remember. Right, did I put the Sparks at 8 on my John.
You
Or
got them low.
I gotta look. Yeah, I gotta find that John. But yeah, just to piggyback off of that. That was another great game. Shout out to Golden State introducing their franchise to the world. It was a fresh cut of ass over there
hey,
now.
hey, I'm sad about that. They cut my girl Chin
Oh,
off
let's
the
go, Grant.
They
This is
cut
right.
her.
Gotta make a waiver wire move.
They
Yeah, I
cut
mean
her.
that's why I'm glad they got more teams coming. I was sad that Deja Kelly got cut by the Aces. I feel like they needed another guard, but there's only so many roster spots. Somebody got to get cut, unfortunately. Shout out to Sanaya Fagan for getting for the Sparks to actually sign her. Go Gamecocks. But yeah, that's just all I really remember with WNBA. You only got a certain amount of teams, certain amount of spots, so it's good that they're implementing more teams. Another team coming next year with Toronto coming, so continue to keep
And
bringing in more.
Cleveland got theirs coming up too.
That's depressing. That's depressing.
I would
Shout out to
Everybody before Philly.
I would
shout
give
out.
you more insight, but I did just so you know, we did try our team did try to make a bid.
See, that would have been better. That would have been better. I
We
mean, shout out.
tried.
No disrespect to the Cleveland community out there in Ohio, but and the words of Joe Noah, if you ever hear anyone say they want to go vacation in Cleveland, no. Respectfully. Um, but I'm missing the game. Oh, Mystics and Dream was a pretty good team, good game too.
That was
Um,
a good game.
Shout out to Sonia Citron, young rookie, definitely picked her up on my team. Seems like she'll be solid. Good to see Brittany Sykes back doing what she was able to do these past few decades. Obviously last year she got injured. Good to see her back on a good run. Definitely had a solid game. Obviously defensive player, but also can get a bucket by getting to the basket. Shout out to BG though, 16-10, her first debut as Alina Dream. Unfortunately, they lost. They definitely blew one of my tickets because of that. But
I
it
mean,
definitely I like the twin trials of her and Brianna Jones.
hey, her old team looking good too. The Mercury, they looking
Ah,
deep.
yeah, but
Shout out
they weren't really playing nobody,
to
so I ain't really taking that one. I mean, I'll take it back. The Storm is decent, but um, I don't know this like last night that like to me personally, bro, that game was like watching paint dry. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. That's Seattle just Storm game. Skylar Diggins seemed like the only one out there in Seattle that actually wanted to play yesterday. Um,
Hey, NECA was trying. We not gonna do that to NECA. NECA was trying.
not enough.
Eh,
But it just obviously we saw the rookie Malunga from France. We saw what she did in that in the Olympic game. She gave Age
that
Wilson some
shit
issues in
that
in
shit's
that
not even fair that
gold
they
medal.
got her. That's not
Yeah,
even.
yeah, but I mean, obviously we see her getting the kinks out as a rookie. We'll see how she, continues to implement herself. I figured she would have translated faster just how she played for France in the Olympics. Definitely, gave Aja Wilson and the other bigs some issues in that gold medal game. But obviously, there's obviously some growing pains coming from that, coming playing the WNBA. So we'll see how she adapts. Um,
And
but
you know what game you got to talk about. You know what game you got to talk about. The Fever versus the Sky.
Oh, yeah. To all the people out there that's saying that, obviously, I can see why they might have called a flagrant one, because they want
I mean,
to.
it was a flagrant one. She pushed the hell out of her.
Yeah, but
She
yeah, I
did
mean,
push the
back in
hell
the
out of
day,
her.
it wouldn't have been anything. But the way Angel was acting, I was like, all right, you doing a little bit too much. But then I was like, this is just three actions for the marketing to continue to market this game and this rivalry between Caitlin and
You
Clark and
see
Angel
what the
Reese.
PR did at the press conference, right?
No, I didn't
They
watch it.
got
What they
they
did.
got to Angel first, and she was like, "Yo, it was just a basketball play. Ain't nothing more, nothing less."
She was mad in the press conference though.
That's because she didn't get to say what she wanted to say.
They real political over there. It's
Now,
political. It was political to call it flagrant. That wasn't no flagrant foul.
but
No, technically you got to
ain't
call it
you
because
gotta
it's
look at all the kind of like what Angel's been getting in the all season. You know, like
I
she
hear that. She made a play on the ball though. She made a play on the ball. It's not a flagrant foul.
yeah, she did make a play, but that 9 times out of 10, a ref is gonna call it as a flagrant anytime you like you
wind up.
give that motion of like pushing and stuff. They're gonna call that regardless.
Yeah, because it's not a basketball play.
Yeah.
Um, like you
She
can
was
foul
making a play
somebody.
on the ball, but she did push the hell. She pushed the
Yeah,
hell.
Yeah, it's the optics. It's the optics.
yeah. So I mean, WNBA did a great job with spinning that, because got people talking about it. Even though that game wasn't really. I took one of my tickets. I had a YOLO ticket. I did the -8 for the Fever. Took St. Louis Cardinal. They were a +102 for whatever reason. Then I took the Twins, who were on a 12-game win streak. And I forget the other game. Oh, I think it was the Phillies. Yeah,
Hey,
four
we
teamer.
need, we need to talk
Thanks.
about Dave Portnoy too, being such a blatant, what's the word I'm on? It's a hard R word. That's all I gotta say. Hard R with a capital R.
Y'all,
I thought we were gonna talk about him letting his ex-wife still got access to his bank account. That's even more crazier. No, thank you.
Hey, good ratings. He's racist as hell, but
Oh yeah, no question.
anyway.
Yeah, we ain't rocking with the Bulls. But shout out to Angel Reese, double double, 12 and 17. I forgot who took her in our league. It was Bitcoin JJ. He was killing me that entire draft. Took Angel
Hey,
Reese and Alicia Gray from me,
hey,
bro.
I will
y'all
say,
always doing that.
Yeah, he's
I will
killing me.
say Angel Reese did improve her layups.
Oh yeah, she was finishing around the
She
basket.
definitely finished good. I was like, okay. I
Stop
see.
That
Alicia
girl
Wilson.
had that girl had 12 points.
She was
Y'all making me
cross.
y'all
She
about to make me sound like I'm an Angel Reese hater because y'all showing her a lot of love that she don't
Yeah,
deserve.
bro. Bro, look, she shot the three ball with confidence. I mean, she
The girl
always was
took
a
12
rebounder.
30.
But she was affecting the game in other ways too. I like that. I definitely always loved, even the first season with the high-low action with her and Cardoza. Cardoza need to get some work with Lisa Leslie as well, but
Dude,
she still never finished
Cardoza
that
need to work
basket.
on her footwork. She too stiff.
Yeah,
She
and
too
she
stiff.
she she cries too much a lot too. When she expects she get it all, you're not gonna get every foul call. Like every good coach, I'm sure Don is gonna tell you, feel like you're not gonna you expect not to get a whistle. So you got to finish through with a contact. You might get the foul, you might not. She cries too much. When you're 6'8", they're not gonna give you that call every game. Um, yeah, so that was a great game though. But just watching that Fever team, the coach was talking about it how like Caitlin Clark has never played with this many weapons, and I couldn't agree more. You got a solid big now with Natasha Howard. Then
Aaliyah
you,
Boston.
yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, of course, you already had Leah Boston. I'm talking about a new addition. So you got, Natasha Howard. Um, You get Closen off the bench. Obviously, she's not a superstar, but she's a great veteran leader. And then come off the bench. Um, who else you get?
Then they
Sophie
got a goon.
Cunningham.
They got an active white girl. She about to smoke. They got an
Oh
active
my
white girl. She
goodness.
about that smoke. She ain't backing down for nobody. I forgot her name.
Talking about Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, she get
Or
active.
you talking about Lexi Hall? I'm tripping.
She was in the unrivaled league. She was hooping a little bit.
Yeah, and then you got Dewana Bonner, and it's just like you got those
That's
two
what I was
prime
thinking of,
players that
Dewan
come in
Bonner.
there. You said what?
That's what I was thinking of, Dewan Bonner.
Yeah, you get two veterans like that, two big, solid bigs, and I guess you can say Dewana Bonner is interchangeable, small forward, power forward.
Mm.
But you get those two additions. And, already commented with Kelsey Mitchell. Then you already had Leah Boston with Caleb Clark last season. I feel like this puts the team. I don't. A lot of people are saying they're going to see them make a deep playoff run. I see this as put them at a solid. I think I put them at 6. Um,
Putting them at 6. I'll put them
yeah.
at. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'll put them at 4.
Who are you putting them over though? I mean, obviously we know it's not New York or Las Vegas. Who's up, and then Minnesota. So who's the team
Minnesota.
that you're taking out?
Let me think. Mercury went down.
Yeah,
Definitely Valkyries. Scott. I put him over. I definitely put him over the Sky.
yeah. I mean, Sky not in top 4 though. I didn't see
Um,
him in top 4.
put him over the Dream.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
A healthy Ryan Howard, a healthy Alicia. Well, Alicia Cruz always healthy. BG, then the two twin tower, her and Brianna Jones. I'm not putting that team over there.
Remember, BG in Atlanta. She gonna be too active on the streets.
I
Married
appreciate
woman, man. She married out here.
Nah, I could see that. I could definitely
That
see
don't
that.
mean nothing in
Married, that
Atlanta.
don't mean nothing to Brittany Griner. That don't
She
mean
gonna be
nothing.
active in watch.
Nah, she is.
It's some shit.
Put her in the
Everything
Walmart.
she done been through, like a homebody. I ain't worried
Oh wow,
about it.
you're right.
You know how she got in Russia.
I'm
She
looking
bringing
at John.
that.
You put Indiana at 2. Sheesh.
Yeah, they're gonna be dogs. Yeah,
You put them
Kayla,
at 2. I gave them 4. Hell no, they definitely 4.
because who I put number 1? The Liberty.
Liberty or
Yeah,
New
I gotta
York,
look at
yeah,
it.
or Aces.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
Liberty fever. The Aces
yeah.
fell off. They only
That's what I
got
put.
4 good players.
Bro, the 4 great players. Yeah,
They
you're
need
saying it's the Avengers.
No, not great. No, because you think about Indiana, they got about 6 or 7 person rotation.
No, I
Vegas got
get that.
4.
No, they got Dana Evans coming off the bench. That's a
Yeah,
solid
yeah.
guard. She was a bucket.
Yeah,
I say like 5 or 6. Yeah.
Jackie, obviously Asia Wilson. And who is the
Jewel
4th one?
Lloyd. Wait, no, she's not. She's in the rookie.
Jewel Lloyd. Yeah, and Jewel Lloyd. Outside of them, nah, they ain't got it. They got a bunch of unproven players. I like Kia Stokes, but she's so inconsistent.
Like who?
Kia Stokes, she's so inconsistent.
Oh yeah, yeah. We gotta see if she's gonna step up because like now, it's on her now to do her thing, and I don't think she's gonna do her thing. That's why
Me
I think
either.
I put them at. I put them at. I think I put them at. Let me look. Let me look.
I'm
Yeah,
at third off
I
the
put.
strip of Asia Wilson.
Yeah, you had New York Liberty at 1, Fever at 2, Aces at 3, Lynx at 4. You had Mercury at 5. I think that's because you're a fan. 6. You
Yeah.
had the Sparks. Chicago had them at 7, and then you had Dallas at 8. You had a YOLO ticket, bro.
I ain't expecting a
Huh?
I don't know. Rob might be right because the way looking at the rank or looking at the standings right now, Fever
That's
number 1
crazy.
in the league. I know it's early in this. It's the first game of the season,
Mm-hmm.
but they number 1.
Bro, so no, this is what I had at my joint. Let me look. Let me look. All right, here we go. So I had Aces at 1. I probably should put Liberty at 1, but it's interchangeable. I had Liberty at 2, I had Minnesota at 3, I had Atlanta Dream at 4. I just think like the addition with Brianna Jones, and then you got BG now. That makes you solid big, the Twin Towers. Then I had put Seattle at 5 because you got Malunga, another center to back up. What's that girl name? McGregor, Ezzy, to go on, come up with NECA. Then I put the Fever at 6. Okay, I should put the Mercury at 7. I put Chicago at 8.
I got Fever at 4, man. I'm sorry.
The hoop. This Caitlin Clark MVP year.
Woo!
Wow.
I seen the betting on that. That joint is crazy.
But I mean, she definitely had a great game. I say triple double. Just to start the season, I'll let people know like, yeah, I am what I say I am. And we
Hey
definitely
yo,
just
she swole now.
yeah,
She
she put on that weight.
she put on that
Yeah,
WNBA muscle. She
yeah,
ain't playing with y'all. She probably been working out with Tyrese Halliburton. I don't know if that's a positive or negative.
out of pocket.
I mean, she's probably a better shooter. So
No question, no question.
Oh, there's
But
no question on that one.
I just feel like I just feel as though this is definitely going to be a great season for WNBA. They continue to build off the success they had from last year, which is great for the league. And I feel like they started off with the rivalry, but I feel that was a great addition for this season. You having Aces Liberty as you know as the premier game for Saturday, which is great. Then followed up with Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Continue to push that rivalry. So I thought that was a great move by the WNBA. But obviously, I think once Drew Lloyd gets acclimated with the team, gets comfortable, I feel like she'll be fine. Definitely struggled in the first half, and she played a little bit better in the second half, but still struggling to find her shot. I think she had 5 points, shooting for 2 for 10. So as long as she gets her foot in, I feel as though one of those guards will have to stay on the court for majority of the game, and they got to keep swapping one of them starters out and bringing another one of those guards. So we need to continue to see more uh, like the game that Dana Evans getting yesterday. They didn't have that all season. She needs to come in there and go OD kill, but 10 points and like solid 3, 4 assists is a good game for her, and that's definitely what they need when they get either Jackie Young or obviously Chelsea Gray a break, swap them out. So yeah,
There's a good game today too. The Sparks and the Lynx. That's gonna be good. And then you got the Mystics and the Suns.
See,
yeah. So I
here's
need
my
Mabry to go off today.
those are good games, but there's a game seven to nobody gonna be paying attention. That's the worst thing.
I
Uh,
That
don't know. This game it come on at one because
They come on
the
at
game
one.
come
That's
at three
that's what
thirty,
I'm
right?
saying.
Yeah.
Like I already put my bet in for it. Like I mean, like I was like, I want to see what Tina Charles gonna do. I don't know, and I want to see what I see. Want to see if Kelsey Plum can double that performance.
Mabry, I need you to go off today. I picked you over the homie Natasha Cloud in one of my leagues because I just said to myself, Mabry has nobody else on her team but Tina Charles, so she can basically do whatever. Where I know Natasha got Stewie, John Quell, uh, and Sabrina. So,
You
but
my
she definitely,
confirmation. I'm putting that in. Then you my confirmation. I was looking at that.
yeah, but she definitely had a hell of a game. Shout out to Tosh. She had 22-9 yesterday. I got her other two leagues, but I didn't get her in that money league. So. Maybe I need you to go off today for me, baby. I need a double double at minimum from you. 22 and 12 is what I'm looking for. You guys probably going to get cooked, but I just need you to go off. That's all I care about.
look, all I gotta say about Kelsey Plum right now ain't nothing like a woman scoring. She went through a divorce, and and then she on a different team. She like shit. I'm coming for bodies.
Yeah, she's talking crazy to the Golden State fans. Loved it.
Ooh,
Um,
I love every bit of that. You know I can't
yeah.
pass up talking shit to a Golden State fan.
Yeah, but I feel like the WNBA made a mistake because you got the 1 o'clock game in the game, game 7 3:30. That should be over by what 6? And then the Lynx and Sparks come on at 6. I feel like they timed this perfectly. My opinion.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't see anything wrong with it.
I just feel like a lot of people you're gonna switch out because if that game's at one, I mean that game should be over by the time.
All right, over by 3.
Yeah, it'll be over by the time we start on game seven. It's just everybody gonna be more concentrating on that. It's gonna be like an afterburner when with the media and stuff, because everything's gonna be about game seven.
No wonder.
I'm just saying, like that. Sometimes you need if you're doing a WNBA season opener and for the league, in my opinion, it should be concentrating on
I mean,
the.
they already had their big games on Saturday. So I mean,
True.
this is Sunday. So it's like now you just put the other games and obviously they didn't put no premier game on because it's like Lane Sparks. I mean, that's not a really a premier game or the Mystic Sun. So they just, I mean, but at least they still had the games on at different times and people like that want to watch it can watch it. Not having it as a competing with the NBA at the same time, something like that. So I thought it was a good move by them with the scheduling. Let's jump next to our next topic, dealing with the Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals. We already know who's the Eastern Conference Finals. I guess we can make our prediction who's going to be a part of the Western Conference Finals. We already know Minnesota's waiting
Hey
for
man,
their next victim.
all I know is, and we're about to have two small teams in the finals. This could be interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to go out and say it right now. It's going to be Minnesota, Indiana,
I like that. I'm not
I
taking
like
Minnesota
that pick.
at all.
and Edwards wins it all.
Yeah, I take Minnesota.
Yep, I'll take Minnesota.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
I just feel as though Minnesota is too like
too
with
short.
them bringing DiVincenzo and then I feel like Julius Randle finally woke up from his coma, basketball coma. I remember how I played basketball again. Shout out to him. And I feel as though if he can continue to keep this up throughout the West Coast Finals and NBA Finals, I feel like they win this
you know
series
what? You
against
know what's the
Thunder.
thing about JR though? It's the fact that he's got a coach that Chris Finch is coaching him. Tibbs, while he in New York, Tibbs will let you do whatever the hell you want on offense. As long as you follow the rotations on defense, he could care less.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
And I feel as though he's to me, I feel like he plays better in a small market. He wasn't really a big market guy. Like, obviously started his career off in LA and then he goes to New York. Two big markets, premier big
I
markets at
mean, he
that.
did go to the Pelicans after. Yeah, we skipped his Pelicans debut time.
We won't worry about that.
That's terrible. Give him some love.
Somebody,
Gotta give
somebody,
him some
somebody,
love for that.
somebody that franchise is on flatline. Um,
Oh, damn. She's just like the
um,
football team, the Saints. Flatline.
yeah. I was down the road. The guy was talking about it. He was just like, "Yeah, man." He's like, I was like, "Yeah." I said, "We saw Philly, the Sixers play." He's like, "We can look at the Eagles or Philly. Y'all ain't got no team to like have no hope." And that's depressing.
Oh, we're gonna talk about the draft lottery. Don't worry.
Oh, praise God, Ace Bailey, Daryl Moore. If you messes up and don't pick Ace Bailey, we're gonna have a serious problem for that.
Bro, he ain't 6'10". He's 6'7". Y'all got too many. Yo,
We
I
need
feel
him. All around scorer. All around. I'm sure that he's the second best all around player on the board outside of Cooper Flag, of course.
but let's hold on. Let's hold on to those takes until after we talk about. For me, I'm hoping New York wins. The dream finals is New York versus Minnesota. That's just what it is.
New York need some hope.
Yeah, New York versus Minnesota. Can you imagine the storylines? First, you traded players with each other, and y'all both in the finals. You got DiVincenzo yelling at Rick Brunson. That's gonna be hilarious if Minnesota's the one and DiVincenzo goes over there talking trash.
That would be lit. I've seen people talking about that in the other storyline on Twitter, which would be cool, but I definitely, I just want to see Indiana go because Jan is always like, I don't say he make complaints, but he doesn't make excuses. He's talking about, "Oh, I had my championship, but that joint was years ago. Nobody cared about it.
Hey, that
Obviously, you
sounds
can't
like a
expect
sore
championship.
loser. That's
Yeah,
corny.
but
And he
that's why
said
I
that.
want.
That's
That's why
corny.
I want to see Indiana like go to the finals. I mean, I don't feel like they're gonna beat Minnesota, but I feel like they have a deep bench the same way as Minnesota.
Hey,
But I would say Minnesota has a
I'm
deep bench.
telling
They
y'all
have a
right now,
solid bench.
worst case scenario is Indiana versus OKC, and everybody gonna be like, "Who?"
If that happens, I'm taking Indiana.
Man, my whole thing is this is bad for the it's good for the league and bad for the league because you know how big market it does help when you have a big market team in that finals. It helps a lot. But two small markets, people gonna be like, who these players? Now it does the thing about it is when you're small markets, because you got these young players, it does boost the whole thing of like who's the face of the league, you know?
Yeah, and I feel as though if this happens, I feel like Aaron Edwards wins NBA Finals this year. Well, I'm not gonna say if when he wins NBA Finals this year. Um, I feel like he has no choice but to be the face of the NBA now at that point.
Hey,
The
all I
championship.
gotta say is Ant win a finals. Y'all thought his mouth was uncensored before. Pause. Boy, 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 he about to go crazy.
Definitely
Nah,
had to
for real.
isn't it?
But I definitely want to see them win it all. Like he's talked about earlier, I feel like Chris Finch is on it,
I think
in my opinion.
Minnesota. Honestly, tell you, I do think Minnesota and Indiana matches up a little bit better. You know,
Yeah, I feel like
because
Indiana's a
they
little
they
bit
got a
deeper.
deep, both got deep rosters. But I do want to see this Knicks and Minnesota. Like
I
I,
don't want to say both. With their bench, I see Nas Reed, DiVincenzo, Chenzo, sticky. I think. I, think. I, 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 think.
Like they got a deep bench. Like like it's gonna be a. I think these conference finals will be good. I'm interested to see how OKC does because my thing is I like Shea. Don't get it twisted. I like Shea. He a good hooper. I'm just not a fan of the foul baiting. Shoot, I'll even be honest. Like even when James was a Rocket, I wasn't a fan of the foul baiting. I know it's part.
But we can, yeah, we can't put that on Shea because this shit that stuff been going on for years. Kobe, D Wade was a master at it.
Oh, D-Way with that pump fake and then jumping
Yeah,
in. Yeah, straight.
to me, I don't honestly, I don't really see it. But to me, I know you said that Minnesota has. I don't really see it though, because I'm still stuck with Nas Reed, DiVincenzo. Now, once Rob Dillingham gets some more playing time under him for more
Hey,
season years, I feel like that will be added. But right
you,
now, I don't really see Minnesota having a deep bench outside of Nas Reed and DiVincenzo.
Mike
I mean,
Conley. You got. I
Mike
mean,
Conley start.
Yeah,
and then,
Mike
well, I
Conley
mean,
at
but
center.
you
Like
never
that.
know what changes could happen in a conference finals. He could come off the bench or so. And then who else you got? You got what's it called?
Alexander Walker.
Alexander Walker.
I mean, he's up
Alexander
and
Walker's
down.
solid.
I mean, yeah, but he's up and down. But even there, that's 8 man. I don't like credit that as a solid bench. You got three people. That's almost like New York at that point.
Now, OKC, they got 10 people. That's not even fair.
Yeah, and now they have a deep roster.
They got like
Um,
10 people.
yeah,
But Chet, hey, Chet and Jalen Williams, they're gonna have to step up a little bit more.
The
see if that
consistency
happens.
there. The
They got to step
consistency.
up. Yep. Chet, it is proved. I've seen Chet get bullied more times by Russell Westbrook in this Nugget series than I've ever seen in my life. Like, good Lord.
He's too busy doing them commercials, man.
Good Lord.
That
Like
one
I've
commercial
seen
the
Russ
other day.
put his shoulder in Chet's chest. And I'm sitting there like, hey man, stand your ground.
Can we talk about the Cavs? One
You
number
talking
one
about the Atlanta
seed.
Hawks?
Oh wow.
2018 Atlanta Hawks?
Oh boy. Historic run and then just get mollywopped. Obviously, I
Bro,
get Darius Garland had the toe injury and it's hard to play in
hey,
the guard with the cutting on the bad
all
toe.
I know is
But it was ugly.
Rudy Gobert is laughing at Donovan Mitchell.
I don't know why. Should he had 35 and 9 in the closeout. He was the only one out there that seemed like he wanted to play. Other than Evan Mobley, of course. But those
Nah,
everybody else, I don't know what they were doing. They was out there getting cardio. Darius
yo,
Garland.
this is
That
the type of it's the type of stuff that you blow up a team. That'll make you blow up a team.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Cavs GM, I'm definitely looking at who wants Darius Garland because obviously you got the injury. Cool, that's one thing. But you got an attitude. You walking around moping and stuff. Ain't nobody got time for that, man.
yeah, you gotta thug it out. Like I mean, that one performance by by Mitchell, what was it, like 4 threes in the fourth quarter, like just single handedly, like
Yep.
Yeah,
crazy.
if I'm him, I'm
I
asking to get the hell out of Cleveland because I don't know why he went. I
I
mean,
ain't
he stayed
yeah,
there.
but you know he want to go to New York. But the thing
Yeah,
is, man, damn, that backcourt would have been sick with Brunson and Mitchell in the
For sure.
backcourt would have been crazy.
And then
But
Hart occasionally.
it's
Oof.
because you can't even say go Burke laughing at him because it wasn't like Mitchell the reason why he lost. See what he put up 48 one game, 43 the other one,
mhm.
and 35 in the closeout. I mean, ain't no him.
It's
Yeah,
not on Mitchell. One, people are treating Justin Allen like Rudy Gobert. They're like, hey, he can't shoot or he can't on the rotation. He's not mobile enough to get back to the basket on help side. They starting to pull him out. So they got to figure out how to keep Allen active in the defense. That's one thing that's going on. Yeah, you got Mobley, but Mobley's still too young. Like the fact that he won defensive player of the year is great. I'm all for it. But you get exposed in the playoffs after you playing like 4 or 7 games. People hone in and like, oh, this is how you guard me. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, that take time. Each year he gets stronger, gets and
I
learns
think
that a little more for him.
I do think you running back one more year. Like you got one more year of this, and then after that, you just like, okay, if we don't make it to the conference finals or the finals, then yeah, I gotta blow this up.
I think they need to find another guard that they don't need the ball as much as Darius Garland. That's what I'm saying. They need to swap
So
out
you
somebody for
say
him.
do you think they should be buyers in the Boston? sweepstakes because they gonna unload salary cap and
I
Drew and
don't, but I don't. Yeah, but for them, I don't really like Drew. I feel like has regressed over the years. I wouldn't even really want to spend too
do you
much
think
for him.
honestly tell you both Donovan and Darius don't play defense. So having Drew back there, but the only thing is now you making Drew the point guard and then keep Donovan at the two because we seen how Donovan is at the point guard. He
No,
needs
I put Donovan at the two and put
yeah.
Drew at the one because Drew's a great passer, facilitator, and he can make his own shot. So like that's just
I I think you have to be a buyer. If you're Cleveland and you want to get rid of Darius Garland, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be a buyer in the Drew Holiday or Derek White. One of them two.
Derek White's not leaving Celtics. Like that's their
They
priority.
got to keep him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not letting
Yeah,
that.
but they way over. They in that secondary tax back. Somebody like they can't keep all three of those.
Oh,
Like
it's probably gonna be Porzingis, and it's gonna
Yeah,
be
I
Drew,
can see
because
that.
Porzingis injury prone,
that's
Yeah,
more
and
likely.
damn sure gonna be Derek White.
illness. He was sitting out because of illness. I'm like, bro, like I mean,
I mean,
I think I don't know what he
uh,
got. I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but I
who
don't
else?
know. I feel as though nah, I don't think I'm thinking like the upcoming free agent. I don't think a D'Angelo Russell will work there. I mean, um,
Nah, you gotta have a defensive. Like I think long gone are the days. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all for the two offensive guard backcourt, but I really do think you need to have that defensive guard to help balance out. If you know your one guy, he got to put up 45 points like that. Yeah, he ain't playing no defense. He gonna
or
but shit, that's tiring. So you got to have that defensive minded guard to offset.
what I was thinking, maybe you have I hate to say have Garland come off the bench and let Hunter start.
Ooh, I like Hunter coming off the bench. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's a tall lineup. So who the point? Like
It's
you
gonna have to
gonna
be
put
Mitchell
Donovan
still.
Mitchell as the point?
Yeah,
I've seen Donovan Mitchell as a point. It don't get
selfish.
everybody
He's
active.
selfish.
Yeah, I seen him as a point. It's not gonna. They'll be in the same situation.
yeah. I just feel that they need to see what's out there guard wise. Let's see. You got Chris Paul there. Maybe that might work, but I see Chris Paul probably going back with the Spurs. I don't see why he leaves there.
Ah, we'll see how Chris Paul because Chris Paul still believes he can start in this league, which is but we'll see.
Man, I ain't mad at it. He had a good season this year.
No, he did have a good season. I ain't mad at it either, but yo,
You gotta have the right pieces around a
yeah,
Chris Paul, like an Asian guard like that.
like
But I feel like a Cleveland, if you're really looking for a guard that's pass first, that's gonna set your offense up. I feel like it's Chris Paul. Now, obviously, he can't give you a lot of extended minutes as he used to be able to. But even this year, when he had like 28 minutes, average what 8 and 7. Obviously, it's not Chris Paul prime number from back in the day, but as now, if you want to have him, you want to have him come in and run your offense, and then you bring a Garland off the bench so he can do solely what he wants to come and do anyway and score.
I tell you why that like Chris Paul had so much success in San Antonio is because of the guard rotation in San Antonio. But you look at the guard rotation, we're talking about the guard rotation in Cleveland like that. He's not going to have that like support that he had in
exactly.
San Antonio, like he had in Cleveland. Like
I mean, yeah, you had Castro and then De'Aaron Fox, but then you got Mitchell in Cleveland, and then Max Struss isn't like a bum either. Then you
Hey,
got Garland.
Max Struss got to be quiet.
I
Don't
mean,
ever
he was
talk.
talking a little. He was
Yeah. He
talking a
got
little heavy,
him
but
and Ty Jerome got to shut up. Like,
yeah,
no more motivational speeches from y'all.
right.
Y'all just go out there and play. Y'all shoot the ball. That's
Hey
all,
man, you gotta get the word
he dunked on one
his
person.
mouthpiece.
He thought he was Superman. He dunked on one person.
bro. That's like, hey. So let me compare that. That's like, okay, Ty Jerome saying that. It's like Jason Tate saying that for us when we were in the Warrior series. Just be quiet. If it ain't coming from one of the main guys. Be quiet.
Also, it's good to still see my boy TJ McConnell still hooping like he's
Yeah, he
got a
put up
chip on his
Hey,
shoulder. I miss my
he
seven.
guy
is
Philly.
such a solid veteran backup point guard. I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah, and
He's
everybody's like he just like it's shit Bland. Well, Bland keep you in the NBA. You know your role and you play it. Like I think Draymond talks about it on one of them podcast episodes where
he,
how he had to switch his game coming from Michigan State to Golden State so he can like make a career out of it. He knew he had to be a role player.
like,
Obviously in high
and you be a
school and
star.
then Michigan he was a bucket, but then when he
And how
went to
many All Stars? I think he got like two All Stars, a Defensive Player of the Year,
yeah I think it was
bunch
four.
of first team All Defense. Yeah, you
Yeah,
got it. That's a
yeah.
hell of a star role player. I ain't tripping.
I mean, I couldn't agree more what he said when he was like they were he's a borderline Hall of Famer. Couldn't agree more. Obviously, you expect the like Hall of Famers to be a superstar player, but sometimes it's just the guy that's the glue guy on the team that does the little stuff that nobody really recognizes. Um,
And that's the thing. People got to understand that glue guy, like you said, is important. You
mhm.
gotta have a glue guy.
Yeah, especially when we got four championships. Definitely, the guy that I feel like he's the guy that's going to, like he said, set the screen and obviously doesn't get counted to the stat category. Be the enforcer, as Robin was for Chicago, and even in his Detroit days. Um, and just being able to get the ball to step. Like you need to know. Like a lot of people don't know how to their ego when they come to the league. Oh, I'm not going to be this role player, and that's why a lot of these guys that probably have more talent than Jeremiah is then last in the league 4 or 5 years, and then you go see them playing overseas or just not playing at all anymore because a lot of people know how to check their ego in order to enhance their career and put that on the shirt. But yeah,
Nah, that's hard. No, you're right. That's 100% right. Checking your ego at the door. I mean, shoot. Speaking of glue guy, like then who's that glue guy in Cleveland?
that's the question. I don't think they have a glue guy,
Yeah,
which is
who's
why
that
they're at
guy?
home.
Who's that guy that's gonna set the tempo for them and do all the small things? Like who's the guy that's gonna be like, all right, teams lacking energy. I need to pick up a tech right now.
Yeah, I
Let's
feel like that. And that's a great point. Like with you guys, y'all didn't really have that in Houston. Then y'all went and got Dylan Brooks. Obviously, I can't stand Dylan Brooks, but that's a guy you need on your team.
hey, it's just like, hey, when you have Pat Bev, Dylan Brooks, Pat Bev, Draymond, you can't stand
PJ
playing
Tucker,
against them,
yeah.
but you love them on your team. Marcus Smart is one of those guys.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to name a couple of glue guys. It's like, yo, you love to have them on your team. Like they
Homeboy
not
from
playing.
Toronto. What's his name? Scott. No, Brooks. Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, yeah.
he's one of them. Dylan Brooks.
Mhm.
You have Pat Bev. You have. I'll give you P.
That's not even in the league no more.
Yeah, he not
Yeah.
in the league, but he was still a glue guy. Draymond's a glue guy. Um,
Yeah, PJ Tucker, even though he don't really do no
PJ,
more, but he's that
yep.
guy.
You gotta have a crash out on the team. I've always said this for any great team. You gotta have a crash out. Somebody who's like, all right, man, I'm gonna pick up this tech. I know it's gonna cost me, but I'm gonna pick up this tech just so I can get my guys like, yo, let's lock in and let's do this. I'm trying to think. Oh, Minnesota got a glue guy. He a glue guy and a superstar. It's Ant.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not even close. Like
I feel
Ant,
like and a crash out too though, which is crazy that
yeah,
he's a
Ant is
superstar.
the glue guy, crash out superstar player. Yo, you heard the story about Rudy Gobert breaking up with his pregnant girlfriend before the playoffs? I was like, oh, my guy been learning from Ant.
Had that
That's
dog
crazy.
in him. I'm not condoning that, but
I'm not condoning it either, but I'm
but
like,
he
oh,
said I
he
got to
definitely
lock in
learning
for
from
this
Ant.
playoffs. Yeah, he said I'm going to win a championship. Uh,
Like, there's
I'll
not
holler at you
many of
after
those
this.
crack. Like, who really is like one of those guys? Like, I'll be I'll be real. Like, Lakers don't have one. They don't have a glue guy. That's why they don't go
That's
far.
when they got sent home.
The
Even with
six,
us, we don't got
the
nobody.
Rockets, we got one. We got probably two. If you two, if he learns how to control his mouth, and that's Tar Eason. But we'll see how that goes.
You're just a fan because Dylan Brooks is mid at best. And it turns out to be biting them in the ass. Case in point, Jimmy Butler sending them niggas home.
Hey man, hey man, don't rub it in, okay? All right, all
And
right.
you,
You
you,
saw how me and Rob got in it with the Sixes, okay? Don't
I
don't
want all
start,
the
Rob.
smoke. Don't worry about
you're,
it. We'll see y'all
you're
again.
talking about Lakers. You already got your
Rod,
shots
don't
in.
start. Rod, don't start with your Lakers because they all breaks no gas, okay? They got dog walked out the first round.
Listen,
Can't agree more. Hate to agree with a
we
Rocket fan, but couldn't agree more.
Huh?
Next year with a healthy Luka and Brown from the start, there's problems for the
And you
league.
getting dog walked out the first round again. Y'all ain't
Nah,
got no attitude. Y'all soft. Bunch of
because
soft,
we made a
soft
lot of
team.
moves. We made a lot
Soft,
of moves middle of the
soft,
season. So we keep Steve
soft.
Smith. That's your glue guy right there.
SAWFT. Soft. I'm not even spelling it right. Soft.
We are better than y'all. Like the Lakers are better than the Rockets.
Really.
Absolutely.
That's not what the standard says this year.
Now it ain't, but we both home left in the first round.
Yeah, but we actually put up a fight. y'all just laid down. Y'all just laid down. That's all y'all did.
You know, putting up a fight is down 3-1 at a point. So
Yeah,
y'all got a couple of wins.
no. We put up a fight. Y'all just lay down. And y'all coach just played 5 people like an idiot and then make no adjustments. And I like JJ Redick. That's my guy. Do basketball and everything, but he didn't make no adjustments.
You like Duke? Oh man, I see why you got some of these takes now.
About keeping the whole starters in that whole game.
Like,
That's crazy.
exactly. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you. Exactly. We're not even gonna talk. You know what? We shouldn't even talk about the Lakers. The only thing we should talk about the Lakers is, hey, are they going to trade LeBron to Dallas? That's what we should talk about. Are they going to trade LeBron to Dallas, or are they going to trade him somewhere else so he can actually compete for a championship and not be under JJ Redick or somebody else? Because I
Bron,
think,
he
yeah.
trying to remake Space Jams with his son. He trying,
Oh.
Here I go.
Hey, no lie, Bronny gonna be a solid starter in the league. I'm not saying all star and everything. He gonna be a starter.
I'm just waiting for the great James to
Nice
get
of you.
Bryce James bucket.
Oh, Bryce, that's a different person. Bryce, they better look. If LeBron watch our podcast, please, LeBron, let Bryce stay in college for 2 years. Unless he has his breakout first year, let Bryce stay in college for 2 years.
Oh, he gonna go all
I
to
don't know why
Arizona.
at least
they
two.
didn't pick Arizona.
Bryce is good.
Yeah,
I see it. I see the potential.
I think he's better than LeBron. I think he's better than Bronny. Court awareness. I will tell you this: the IQ is about the same, but like his vision, the way he passes as a big, and if he develops that shot, he already has a little bit of toughness. Yeah, 2 years at Arizona, that coaching staff down there, and the surrounding group, the recruiting class they have coming in with him, tough.
My point exactly. Yo, his shot is better than Bronny's. Let's just put it. He shoots better than Bron and Bronny. He the best shooter in that family.
All right, let's jump
Ronnie
to the
only
next
6'2". That's
topic.
crazy.
That's a good blog
NFL
talk.
season openers.
But
Start off week one, Eagles Cowboys. Somebody was
You
started off want
already
to be
Your,
messy
your,
with that.
your
I love
squad,
that.
your squads.
Go Birds.
yeah, go Birds. Hey, guess what?
Birds.
Guess what? All them Cowboys fans, hey, you ask and you shall receive. Y'all
Yeah.
want Jalen Carter. Y'all talking all that trash on social media. Michael Parsons talking about getting CD Lamb hyped up. Hey man, we know how CD Lamb act up in big games. He like to drop the balls a lot. So we're not even gonna talk about that. Okay. Michael Parsons, you stay on one side of the field, okay? Just know our offense is gonna be catered to, hey, we're not running towards Michael Parsons' side. So you go back there, get stuff, get pancaked by Lane Johnson or the whole game. All right. And y'all take all 26 of these carries from Saquon rushing on your defense, okay?
Yep.
All
But
that trash talk, hey, there are receipts. Oh, and their rookie O lineman, you ask and you shall receive because you are a great O lineman. But they pulled up the stats.
Yep.
You gave up 3 sacks your freshman year. And who was it to? Jalen Carter, the Georgia Bulldog. Get ready to get crashed out again. Welcome to the league, Rook. You're gonna regret saying that man's name. It's like Candyman. You say it 3 times, he might appear, and he's going to appear.
And then you got the next number one, another big time game.
Uh,
Bills Ravens week one matchup.
yeah.
Somebody was being very messy with this schedule. I love
Man,
it.
it sounds petty. Oh, it's definitely
Very
some
toxic. Well,
It's
I love
definitely some
it.
pettiness. Here's my thing with the Cowboys and Eagles. I really didn't want that game. I wanted Eagles and Lions because Alvin Robinson running his mouth
You take it.
like,
That's week 11. We'll see them soon.
hey, they talking about buying Detroit fans talking about, hey, they gonna buy out they gonna fill up the link. I was like, I wish
Wouldn't
y'all would.
advise that.
I
What
wish
game
y'all
is
would try. We gonna rob y'all boy. They gonna rob them boys. They gonna
I had to go to that one. I know my Rams come to Philly too, I think.
All right, so you can
shoot,
save
y'all
yourself
might
some
get
time.
me to come up to Philly for a game. I'll be like, shoot, I'll be up there for the link.
Oh yeah, the
See?
Lions game definitely gonna be a vibe.
I think we come to Philly in week 3, I think.
We ain't worried about y'all. We smoke y'all.
Not for real, respectfully.
Y'all should be.
Nah, don't give me that almost win crap, okay? Y'all was
I
down
ain't,
by
I,
two. Y'all were
you,
down by 2 touchdowns.
you
Two
know the story. You know it was one
There's
play
no
away from a
almost.
loss.
I don't want to hear almost
Yeah.
win. That's like
Yeah.
that's like the Chiefs saying, "Oh, we almost had y'all in the Super Bowl."
No,
When
well, they didn't. They didn't almost have y'all.
y'all didn't almost have us. That's all that media talk and that LA bias in the media. Everybody saying, "Well, they almost won." I was like, "No, y'all weren't
Thir-
going to win."
13 yards away from a dub, but y'all got the win. Congrats.
Dog, we swept y'all that season. Get the
Yeah, I
brooms
swear,
out.
13 yards from a win,
Get the brooms out. And
and
the
a
same
miss,
thing happened.
a
Two
missed
long
TI
TD.
at the end.
Hey, guess what happened? Not only did you get 2 long TD runs from Saquon, you also got a long TD run from Jalen Hurts. Okay, so you know what's up.
Got his camera off on that one.
Yeah. He got to be quiet. Hey, y'all. Hey, don't get me wrong. The only thing the Rams messed up this all season was not trying to keep Cooper Kupp to run the slot with that receiving core.
I think
That's the main thing. If they would have kept that receiving core with Devontae, Cooper, and Pua, I'd have been like, all right, they can put 40 on any team. And that's scary.
now
Now, shoot.
it's a
Have
different
fun.
show.
Hey, have fun. People gonna be playing it. Have fun.
Another good game. Week 8, Washington Commanders versus the Chiefs. We're gonna see how much the Washington Commanders have grown. Obviously, that Deebo Samuel was a big move for them. This is Jaden Daniels sophomore season. Obviously, like to say sometimes rookies have sophomore slumps. I don't really see him having one. And now you got Terry McLaurin. Not gonna see too many double team with Debo there.
So is
Uh,
Debo gonna make it to week 8 though?
oh wow, just shots at Debo right off the porch. Damn.
I'm just being honest, man. We know Debo's injury prone. He has a problem with weight gain and everything.
I don't
Like,
feel like they're gonna use him like I feel like 49ers overuse him, running and doing all them run trick gadget plays. I don't feel like not Minnesota, Washington's gonna do a lot of that. You still have solid running backs there, and then obviously Jaden Daniels a dual threat quarterback anyway, so I don't see them doing
see that I
all
love
them
how
gadget
Washington in
plays.
the draft they did draft the old lineman. That was smart, but they should have got a running back. They need a workhorse running back. I like Robinson.
You know,
Eckler,
like what's the, oh yeah, you just say Brian. You know, like Eckler Nichols is decent.
Eckler's just old, and it showed last year. Like with all the injuries and stuff, he just getting old. That's all it is. Like you 30, you're over 30 playing the running back position. You know how that goes.
Again, they got so many weapons. They can be interchangeable with him and Brian Robbins. You can run that two dynamic running back. I'm trying to remember when New York did back in the day when they had what they called him Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh,
They
when
had
they had
Jacobs.
Jake
Uh,
Jacobs, Bradshaw,
yeah, and I forgot the other
they
guy.
had one more.
Yeah,
Damn.
like they just need a dynamic duo like that, or they doing it in Detroit with Montgomery and Gibbs.
They could do that. I do. Here's the thing. I'm glad they kept their offensive coordinator as well. What's his name? Kingberry. He's very creative in
Kingsbury, yeah.
his offense. Yeah, so he'll bring some. Now that Jaden will be in that system for another
Another
year, he'll
year.
bring something new.
Yeah. And you got another weapon who like you can put him at running back and wide out. So Debo, so that's good.
Yeah, but it goes back to what like Rob said. Let's just hope they don't overutilize him like that, because there was games Debo was the running back, and I'm like, bro, he running the ball like
Yeah,
15
because the
times.
CMC, like he can't stay healthy.
Well, you
So I know he's happy to get out of San Fran now.
going back to what you said about Eckler, you can like I mean I think that because Eckler does have like hands too in terms of just catching the ball out the backfield, you can put him in maybe just like run him in motion, put him in slot, put him in some different packages where you can put interchange him and Debo, so that way you can get Eckler different looks and get him open in space.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and I feel like where he definitely thrives coming out catching on the backfield, making people miss. Obviously, not as explosive as he was early in his early days with the Chargers, but I feel like he's still gonna be a solid back. But I'm probably definitely gonna drop in my dynasty league. I need to get in the running back this
Oh,
season.
and let's talk about another week 1 matchup. Chiefs and
So,
Chargers in Brazil.
Yo, I'm looking
I'll
forward
be a
to that
dog.
running back on Marion Hampton, seeing what he can
Oh,
do.
Hampton.
I'll be a dog. Trey
Him
might end
and
up
Najee, and they got
robbed
Najee.
my draft.
Hey, they got Najee too.
Yep.
Najee Harris,
Yeah, he went to the Chargers too.
it's over.
Yeah.
Like that's
Pittsburgh
that's
is trash.
that's
Dog, Harbaugh about to be running the ball 60 times a game.
I can see it.
and that's the type of coach he was at Michigan.
Shoot, Michigan
Tight
Stafford,
ends, tight ends and running backs. That's all it is.
he about to be running the ball 60 times a game on that throw. He gonna be like, hey, I ain't gonna let Justin Herbert lose me this game. And that ain't happening.
Damn, Justin.
Hey, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I feel like
Actually, the players.
that's why he went out and got those players, those position players.
The fact that he made the playoffs last year with what's his name, coming off the torn Achilles, J.K. Dobbins, and who else? Tells you a lot about how good of a coach Harbaugh is. It really does.
Definitely got that dog, and I hate to say because
I
he was a
like what
Michigan coach.
the rookie last year did out of Georgia. I can't think of his name.
McConkey,
Yes, last year.
McConkey's solid.
I like
Hey,
him.
they need some wide receivers to put him in the slot. I'm sorry. I
They
think
went and got back Mike Williams too.
Yeah, get
they
rid of
got who?
Mike Williams
Quinn.
back.
No, no, no. I'm trying.
Mike Williams back.
Who is
How
Yeah.
his
many
name?
games he played this season?
Uh,
Oh, but when he was healthy in the Chargers, he was a dog.
That's
get rid of
true.
that wide receiver from TCU. Please throw him in the trash. Like
Oh,
he's
Quinn,
Uh,
Quentin Johnson or whatever his name
get
is.
rid of him. Get rid of him.
yeah. Sheesh. I'm
Hey,
proud.
these TCU receivers, I already know about them because remember, the Philadelphia Eagles drafted Rager over Justin Jefferson.
Nah,
That's the worst.
Serious.
That has to be the worst thing Howie has ever done as the Eagles GM.
I will say one thing.
I give some
That
grace.
TCU wide receiver they got coming out this year. That's with the where who he go to? I can't remember who he went to right now, but he's right. He was started out at LSU, then he went to TCU. These are going to be a problem. Hands. He did great at the combine and performed well at his pro day. I can't remember his name, but like I'm trying to think. I'm gonna think it's gonna come to me, but yeah.
Also, too, I got a grievance to pick with the NFL. Why do y'all always have the Eagles playing at Tampa? Tell them boys to come up north. This is OD. Why we got to play at Tampa?
I might go to that game
You think
because I
Shaka
got all
gonna
my
make the
jump.
squad?
Dog, if Godwin is healthy, man, Tampa got a receiving core that is crazy.
You think Shiloh going make the squad?
I think he could, depending on what happens. Like, is he gonna be a starter? No, I think he'll be like special teams, something like that. I don't think
Yeah,
he's like, oh, he gonna be starting free safety off the jump.
negative.
Like, nah. Like, if that does happen, I'm gonna be like, hey, shout out to the work. I
What if
can't I can't get mad about that. Shout out to the work.
and what
I'm rooting for the Sanders boys to
if
something and do to be good. Like, I feel bad for Shadur being on the Browns because we know that's where quarterbacks go to die. Like, I'm not a big fan. Like, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of Kevin Stefanski. Like, I think he is a great X's and O's guy, but as a head coach and a leader of men, it has proven different. Like, you've seen it with Baker, you've seen it with all the quarterbacks, Deshaun and everything. And he's not willing to change his scheme to adapt to the quarterbacks he have. And that's the biggest problem I have with head coaches and offensive coordinators. Not adapting your scheme to the strengths of your quarterback. You should always do that. That will prove how great of a coach you are.
what's crazy is both Gabriel and Sanders came from like a pass heavy was I'm thinking about running gun. Like
It was like a spread off. It's spread off.
spread offense. So
Yeah,
like it's gonna be crazy to see like them probably adapt to the Browns all style pro NFL style offense and see what he does with them to make them adapt to their system instead of adapting to them.
And that will be interesting because so far as you've seen it, dog, with Baker and all them, it didn't work out. Well, thank God Baker. I'm actually happy that Baker is working doing great in Tampa, even though it comes at our expense sometimes. I need them to lose. God dang. I need them to lose against the Eagles, but and then Deshaun just got off the field issues, and I think he done. Like you tear your Achilles twice, you re-injure your Achilles, you pretty much tear it twice, you're done. You're not. Football is not your main. You are not concentrating on football enough.
Yeah,
Like,
I take the year to make some investments in my
um,
after football.
I now do I agree? Do I like it, Joe Flacco being that vet? Yes. Now the question is who somebody getting cut, and it's probably gonna be Kenny Pickett. And you know where Kenny Pickett gonna go? He gonna go to New Orleans. He gonna be start at some point. He gonna be the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints.
I can see it.
I can definitely see that.
But there is some good matchups in the NFL this year. For us Eagles fans, we really got to be worried about being in a first place schedule. This first place schedule. It is going to be a hard season. But I do like our bye week where we have our bye week. Week 9, I like that middle of the season bye week. So that way it's
Mhm.
kind of like, okay, we already did that. Now we just we getting warmed up. I'm not a fan of us playing on Black Friday though. F that.
You got to get your shopping in.
Nah, it's just that I feel I'm looking at the games and it's like, all right, so we play on Black Friday. Hopefully they don't have us play like like a short schedule or anything
Short
because
week or
that's the
short
biggest
week.
thing. I gotta relook at the schedule where we place that. We should be playing on a Sunday or a Monday next, or at least a Sunday night.
Mhm.
I just don't want us to be like, hurt into like December. That's like the worst fear. Going into December hurt, it doesn't do us no good.
Yeah, did y'all want to add anything else?
Nah, I'm excited to watch this game game 7 tonight. Like I definitely am. And
Um,
I just checked the score of this Mystics game or the WNBA game. It was 14-2 when when I just
Damn. It's
was
25-17.
yeah
25-17 in the second. Um, I agree. I'm excited for this game 7. No Aaron Gordon tonight.
yeah that injury is gonna be crazy.
I thought he would no for the I thought he was gonna wrap that joint up and be like, F it, go out on my shield.
Well,
But it
I'll
was
be sure to
worth.
put the Thunder in my parlay. Thanks for letting me
Yes,
know this.
exactly. That's what I'm doing. I'm
Good
looking
for
at
him.
it. I already got the injuries notes right here. I'm about to put
My
that in
biggest thing is if
my
Joker has a historic game tonight, hey man, shit. The MVP should be his. I'm sorry. If he has like these out of the world game, whew,
What? So let me ask you this: what if you had to do a 5 leg parlay, all like 4 Thunder players and one like Nuggets player? Because I don't think the Nuggets are going to win tonight. I mean, I just don't. I don't. I mean, I don't see it. But if you had to do that or the opposite, 4 Nuggets player and one Thunder player, what would that 5 leg parlay look like?
let's
Oh, I'll start off with whatever the over is for Jokic points. He's gonna have to go off.
Yeah, exactly.
What's Jamal Murray stuff?
you
Let me
gotta you're definitely gonna have to say Shea over 25.
yeah. So let me see.
Easy Jamal Murray. I would say around that 2 to 3 3 pointers maybe. You can do
Yeah.
two. You can do 2 threes for Michael Porter because he good for 2 corners
Yep.
threes.
Yep.
What is what is Chet's blocks in this series? Look at that.
Is that on the same game?
Yeah,
Got
block.
you.
Got to look at Jalen Williams.
Assist?
Yeah, definitely gotta look at his assists. I would say points because I will say under 20 because
They
he.
got Jalen Williams. Oh, plus money for six assists, over 5 assists.
Whew, okay.
That's kind of good. I'm gonna put that in there right there.
That's kind
Yeah, my thing is I was getting greedy, man. I be putting together like 6, 7 leg parlays. My first parlay hit like when I was
Gotta stop. Gotta be in four. I say always stay around that 3 to 5 range. Anything
yeah,
after that is where it start getting crazy.
that's what I'm learning. But I like the last week and 3 to 4 legs money. That's where I'm at now.
man. I don't know. It is going to be an interesting game. That game 7 is about to be insane. I'm excited. I really want to see. I really do want to see how does Joker respond to this, and also Michael Porter. That'll be interesting. Let's see how his shoulder holds up.
Over or under 215.
Mm.
Yeah, I always go. I be fucking messing up. I ain't even gonna
For
answer that one.
that,
I see, but
I would say I do believe it's gonna be under because it's a game 7. I think it could be under 215.
oh, I know you're doing basketball. I was gonna say put the Twins on your joint. That's like a, I ain't gonna say no brainer. I ain't gonna jinx myself. But
Twins for what? Money line or
yeah, we definitely went on. Should they want a 13 game win streak right now? Freddie Peralta's pitching.
yeah, got it. But all right, boys.
All right,
All right, man. Appreciate y'all coming
all
in.
right. No problem. Have a great Sunday.
Yes,
We'll be
sir.
talking
God
about
bless.
this game 7, watching this.
Bless. Peace.
Peace.